G'day fellas, I was just playing MOC2020, rated 2149 from Vietnam. We had a really tough match. The final game scores were about even, I think, if I can remember correctly. I only played it about half an hour ago or so. But I was really interested in the last game because I thought, gee, I played well. And in the last game, I played at 95.9% accuracy, and I thought, my God, bring on Hikaru! Bring on Hikaru! He raided me today. If you know what a raid is, got Twitch streamers, when they finish their streaming, and they've got so many viewers, they end and they just transfer the viewers to another streamer. Well, I was fortunate today. Grandmaster Hikaru was very generous once again, and he sent over 2,000 viewers to my channel, so I was ecstatic. I'll take that as my birthday present from the Right Honourable Grandmaster Hikaru. Anyway, I'm going to show you these two games against MOC2020, MOC2020, and here we go. The first one was played at about 91.3% accuracy. I played knight f6. I was black. He played e3. You can see this bar on the side of the board. That'll give you an idea of what's going on. I played g6. Excellent move according to the chess engine, because what I'm doing is I'm analysing it in the chess.com analysis room. Right? And here we go. Knight f3, it's a book move. And bishop g7. It's the Indian game, a knight's variation, East Indian defence. Bishop c4. Now, this is a good move. It develops a piece of its starting square, and it gets a piece into action, as the chess.com computer says. Well, I had been playing d6 and pushing the pawn only one square. But this time I decided to push it twice to kick his bishop. I was not getting good results against him, so I thought I'm going to just upset him and kick his bishop and chase it away. Anyway, he moved his bishop back. He wouldn't give up. He wanted to fight for that line, and a castle, star move, best move. He played c4. Apparently that's the best move. It's very active, and he's trying to build his centre. So I played c6. Says I had a better option, but this is not bad. I think the better option might have been d takes c and c5. I'm not sure. I could check. Is that the correct move? It is, star move. There you go. And then bishop takes pawn, right? And then c5. That might have been the best way to play it. I'll just check with the engine now, see whether the c5 is correct, just so you guys out there can play at 100% accuracy. Not sure about this move. The engine's still thinking about it. There we go, it's still thinking. Oh, it says c5 is best, so that was the right way to play. I guessed it right. Okay. Right, so yeah, he played there. I played a bit passive. I played c6. He took the pawn and I recaptured. And star move, that's excellent. Position's roughly pretty even. The engine does tend to like black, possibly because the white squared bishop has been contained, and the dark white bishop, the dark squared white bishop, has been contained as well. Rook castles, knight c6. Okay. Of course, my bishop on g7 is contained. He played h3. I thought this is a good move. The engine thought better of knight to c3 because the engine thought if I play bishop g4, you can play h3 and you just get an exchange and white's equal, right? So I played bishop there. I didn't get a best move for that one, but I thought I've got to move quickly because it's a 3-minute game. And as many people know, I've been losing 70% of something of my games on time. So I had to get a move on, didn't I, right? So it's not a great move. He played knight c3. excellent move. Rook E1 was best. Okay, Rook E1 was best for white. I played H4. The reason why I did that was because I don't want him to play G4 at some critical juncture where he chases my bishop away. In actual fact, I've weakened my king a little bit. He played bishop there and I thought, you beauty, so I ripped it off. It says bishop takes C2 is excellent, but queen to D7 was better, according to the chess engine. Anyway, he played queen takes C2, best move, star move, he's recapturing his piece, as you do. And I played E6, I should play queen to D7. Gee, the engine really loves this queen to D7. A3, I played rook C8, engine wanted me to go back, it wanted me to play knight E8. The reason why it wanted me to play knight E8 is it wants me to go here to D6, I think. Okay. Queen to A4, where here I started thinking about possible tactics, and I came up with knight there. It was the wrong move. I should have moved the knight forwards, but I didn't have the courage to move my knight forwards. He played bishop to D2. He should have moved his queen back because his queen's no good there. So I just attacked his queen, and he went back. And I played the star move, the best move, knight to C4. Just threatens knight takes B pawn. Right, so it just threatens this pawn. So he protected it. Best move, star move. Isn't that interesting? So my opponent's a really good player. This MOC2020 from Vietnam. He's a good player. 2149 rated. I took the bishop. I thought maybe I should take it. Rook E8 was best, but I decided to take it. I wasn't happy about getting a good knight for a bad bishop, but I just decided I preferred to play this particular way. I played knight there, which is what the engine suggested earlier. Idea is try to get on C4. He played queen here, and it was then that I decided that I can't allow him to play queen to B5 or rook C1, and I didn't want him to get the B5 square. So I played A6 to cover the B5 square. Anyway, what did he do? Well, he played rook there. So I put my knight there and advanced it. Threatened knight takes knight. And he took it off. He should have played his queen back. So he was just a slight inaccuracy on his part, which allows me to take with the rook. Okay. And now he just slipped his queen back there. Apparently that's the best move. And I thought, oh, that can't be good. Anyway, I played queen to D7. So apparently the best move. I finally found it. Anyway, he played knight back to E2, and I thought, God, this is the engine move. And I thought, that's a good move. Just threatens rook takes rook. And he wants to swap off the pieces. So I doubled my castles. The bar on the side of the board says black has got the minuscule advantage. So because I'm trying to control the open file, he takes it. I take it with the pawn. And the engine likes this move, so I took it with the pawn. And he played queen here. You got a tick for that, saying it's a good move. It's minus 0.75. And the best move was minus 0.50. 0.50. Queen to D1 was the best move, apparently. So I played bishop there and kicked his queen. And he went back there. And I thought, you beauty. So I played pawn here because I'm thinking I might be able to kick his queen again. I like the idea of attacking his queen if I'm given a chance. Anyway, played rook C1. Now I was starting to get a bit worried because he could play B3 or something like that, some silly move. So I decided I'll just move my bishop onto the long diagonal and fianchetto my bishop, right? So he played queen there, and that's when I played queen to D6. And I got a star move for that. It's just a handy all-round move. It just improves the queen's position and it defends the a pawn. Okay, this stage my opponent's got 2 minutes left and I've got 2 minutes left as well. He played knight c3, star move, best move. So you would think in this position that he might be threatening a4 to break up all my pawns. Something like that. Or might be threatening to play knight to e4 and knight to c5. That's what I thought he might do. Anyway, I played rook c6. It's not a good move. And this is where I ran into problems. I'll show you what happened. He played knight there, right? Now this is where I'm going to show you about resourcefulness in chess, right? I'm going to show you some resourcefulness in chess because we're going to get to a critical stage in the game. So I played queen to d5, centralizing my queen. Now I've got a problem in this position, and that's that he plays this move. He's threatening knight takes pawn. Now Engine says he should actually play knight back and attack my queen, and maybe the position's equal. We'll just have a look. It says black's winning here. I'll go back, and if he plays knight here, let's see what the bar says. With the bar on the side of the board, it says the position's equal. Okay? If he played knight back, but he didn't. Right? He played knight here. Okay? Knight c5. And I played e5, which apparently is a mistake. It's a mistake because he takes the pawn off, right? Okay. Now he takes the pawn off. Oh, no. Yeah, he takes the pawn off. I didn't like that. So I had to make a decision here. If I take the pawn, he can play knight here and fork my queen and my rook. See, knight hits the queen and rook, okay? So it was in this position I made a calculated sacrifice. And I still got 91.3% accuracy. I took the knight and I got a double exclamation mark. That's right. I actually sacrificed the exchange positionally and I got a double exclamation mark. So the engine is saying that black is all over this position. But it does say, the engine does say that its assessment, if you see the bar on the side of the board, says that it's equal. So he now takes the rook, and now I take the pawn off with that exclamation mark. So he's no longer winning, but he's no longer losing. Okay? He took the pawn. Apparently that's the best move. And I played bishop takes pawn, which is also the best move. Now, this is where it gets difficult for him. He's got 1 minute and 39 seconds. He's got more time than me. I've got 1 minute and 28 seconds, okay? Okay, so this is the... so if he plays rook to d1, I could take his f pawn with check and grab his rook, okay? But the engine says that's pretty equal game. Right, so... it might have been his best move, rook to d1. Anyway, he played queen checks. And apparently that's not good. After king g7, exclamation mark, best move. Now he's not on the b pawn. See, if he played rook to d1, after bishop takes pawn, check, king takes, the queen could have taken the b pawn and we would have had like a draw. But now his queen in this position is no longer attacking this pawn. But when the queen was over here, it was threatening the pawn. So now his queen's slight out of play. And now rook c2, he tries to hold the pawn, right? Tries to hold it. But there's a problem with this move. Rook to b1 was best. And I played queen here. Apparently it's not the best move. The best move is bishop here, threatening checkmate in one move. And the engine's saying, well, he can't really stop it. He's going to get smashed. But I didn't play that. I played queen here, right? And the engine said it's a good move, right? It's a good move. He played rook to d2, which is a mistake. So I gave him a check, and he moved his king over there. And it's in this position that I took his castle off and he resigned, right? Okay. And he played queen there, and I just gave him a check, and that was the end of the game, because he's going to lose his queen as well. That's just time pressure. He had 52 seconds. Funny that. I was born in 1952. Yes, that's right. On the 29th of September, and it'll be my 70th birthday in 3 days' time. That's right. 27 is Tuesday, 28 is Wednesday, Thursday Australian Eastern Standard Time will be my 70th birthday. There we go. So I hope you enjoyed that game with MOC2020. I've got one other game to show you, and this game I was very, very proud of. I played this game at 95.9%, say 96% accuracy. So I say, bring on Hikaru. What it was I was trying extra hard against him because he beat me a couple of times, MOC2020. And so I thought, I've got to lift my game. And did I lift it? Did I ever? So I'm going to show you what I did to him. So we played this game at 95.9% accuracy. I played e4 analysis. Whoa! So we're going into the analysis room again. We love this system. I love it. I simply love it. Okay. And here we go. E4, E6, D4, D5. So we have the French defence, the normal variation. When I was streaming today, a couple of people were asking me, oh, do you recommend the French defence or the Caro-Kann for beginners? And I said, well, the French defence is very hard to play for beginners. I find it very, very difficult to play a good French defence. Knight to d2 I played here. This is the French defence, the Tarrasch variation, named after Dr. Siegberg Tarrasch, one of the greatest players that ever lived. Pawn takes pawn, knight takes pawn. He's a great theoretician. Okay, bishop e7. Okay, so he's preparing to play his knight to f6. Okay, I played knight f3, and he played the knight to f6 move. Okay, rightio. So game review. I'm going to check the game review here. Just going to check it. Right, so here we go. I took the knight to check, and bishop takes. They're both star moves, both best moves according to the chess engine. So with that, I played bishop f4. It's a bit of a novelty as far as I'm concerned. I normally play c3 or bishop to d3 or something. But here I played bishop to f4 just to be different, just to catch him off guard. Since it's an excellent move, I activate my piece by moving off its starting square. He castled. Now my problem is I haven't castled. Now I do want to castle. So I played c3. Now the engine has given this move an exclamation mark. This is one of the reasons why I got 95.6% accuracy, right? The whole point of this pawn move is it defends the pawn structure. Anyway, he played knight to d7, and there was a few inaccurate moves on my opponent's part. That's one of the reasons why my accuracy was higher. Anyway, I played bishop d3 to develop a piece, get ready to castle, and the engine says it's an excellent move, and how important is it to get your pieces off their starting squares and into the action? Okay, so he played c5, and it's a star move. And here I thought, because we're playing a quick game, and he has been playing fast, I thought, I'll whip that bishop in there. It's not necessarily the best move, but it threatens to win material. Okay, so I'm attacking his castle. Now his best move is to bring his bishop back. That's right, bring his bishop on f6 back to e7. That's his best move, bishop here. But he doesn't do that. He plays rook to e8. He's overlooked the psychology of having to bring his bishop back. He doesn't like it. But in actual fact, it's the best move. And he gets a question mark for rook e8. Pawn takes pawn, exclamation mark, because we're going to try to hold on to the pawn. If you want to win a game, sometimes it's important to hold on to the pawn. Now, there's two techniques you can use when you hold on to the pawn that manifest themselves in chess games. One is that you drive the pawn advantage right down through the middle game into the end game. That's number one. And number two is that you use that extra pawn as a weapon to get an attack on your opponent and to win the game in the middle game. Right? So we'll see what happens. On both those opportunities that I just described to you are based more on opportunity, the opportunities that your opponent gives you. So it's in this position then that I played, I should play bishop e7, but he didn't. Oh no, did he play bishop c? Yeah, he played bishop e7 there now. Now it's a bad move, but last move it was a good move. So MOC2020 has just noticed that this move was the correct move, but he's noticed it too late. And now we just take the bishop off, and when he takes with the queen, he's threatening the pawn, and we protect it, you see. So we hold that extra pawn. And now he starts trying to do what he thinks is an attack. He wants to play b6, right, and smash open the pawn structure, but it doesn't quite work. Now, the engine suggests I castle in this position, but I didn't. I played another move. I played pawn there, which is not the best. It's an inaccuracy. So goodness knows if I had castled, maybe I would have got higher than 95.9% accuracy. I'll never know, will I? Pawn takes pawn, and I took with the C pawn because I undoubled my pawns. And the engine says it's an excellent move. He played knight to f6. It's here that I've got to make a decision to castle quickly, I should think. And so I do, and it's best move. See the little star next to the king. He played knight to d5. Now, it's not really a mistake, but it's not the best move either. Perhaps he might have been better off to play rook to d8 or something like that, or e5. Anyway, I just attacked his knight. I saw something that he didn't see, and I'm going to show that to you. I'm tempting him. I'm actually tempting my opponent because I've spotted this, you see. I'm tempting him to fork my bishop, right? Attack my bishop and my queen. I actually moved my bishop there to tempt him to do that, right? And here's what took place. I played bishop there, and he did. He played it. And so now I'll stop for a second. Can you see the move that white should play in this position to gain advantage, a big advantage? Now, we've already got a lovely pawn extra, but now the knight is in white's territory, right? The knight's deep in white's territory. So what would you do? Would you protect the bishop with the queen? Would you play queen c2? Well, if you decided the bishop takes pawn check was the correct move, well, I'll give you a hand, okay? So that's what I played. And then with that, my opponent played king to h1. He actually saw that if he takes the bishop, I can just check him here and take the knight off, okay? So if he takes with the king, I can just check him here and take the knight off. And then I've got 2 pawns instead of 1. It makes it harder for him again. Anyway, so here in this position, I played queen to c2. It's an excellent move. Maybe not the best move, but it's an excellent move. I played that move because I wasn't sure about queen to d3. queen to d3 does look more logical because you'd be able to swing your queen over to the h-file. Yeah, so if you played queen here, protecting a bishop, attacking a knight, you might be able to get your queen here over here for a discovered check. So I played queen to c2. Is this the best move, queen to d3? Let's have a look. Let's have a little look. Is this the best move? Oh, the engine not sure about it. Queen to e1 is the best move. There you go. So I've missed the best move. The best move, how would you find that move? So the engine says queen e1 is the best move. Wow. All right then, I can accept the umpire's ruling here. The whole idea is the engine wants to play queen here and check there, wins. Okay. Threaten to take the knight off. You know, I played queen to c2, and then he played the knight back. Now here it's my move. I played bishop back and it hit the knight, and I got a star move for that, an excellent star move. Now if he takes the pawn off, he can take the pawn off the a pawn, but his knight's trapped. So if he takes the pawn off, his knight will be trapped. Queen here, and his knight is trapped. He can't save his knight. Okay. So let's see what he does now. So he protects the knight. And it's here in this position. I played knight e5. Okay. You can see that there's some weak squares here, weak white squares. Near the king, and we're threatening to take the bishop, which protects the knight. So all sorts of problems can ensue from there, can't they? Right, so this is what he does. He plays knight takes pawn. And here, in this position, I played queen to e2. Now, the best move here, I didn't play the best. Queen d1 apparently is the best move. I didn't see that was the best, because I'm not an engine. Anyway, but I played queen to e2 to get my 95.9% accuracy. And it must be the second best move, yeah. Queen to d1 is plus 7.55%. And queen e2 must be the second best move. It's plus 7.44%. Anyway, he played g6. He wants to stop my queen coming over here with the checkmate, right? It's in this position that I have a great combination. Can you see the combination at all? I'll give you a second to find the move. So we've played queen here, threatened to check, right? And he's pushed his pawn here, okay, to defend it. So what move would you play here? Well, if you saw this move, you can rate yourself a master of chess. Bishop takes pawn. Double exclamation mark. Whoopee doos. Let's go for the king. Now, the whole purpose of this move is it's a clearing move. It threatens a big queen checks, right? And at the same time, if the pawn takes the bishop, the knight will recapture with check and win the queen, okay? So that's why that capture is so powerful. It's a clearing move. So it's a perfect example of how to attack a black king with weak white squares and overextended pawns and stuff, right? Anyway, he played rook to f8. It's a big mistake, okay? It's a massive mistake. It's here that I played queen checks, okay? And now his king has got only one square. If he goes here, if he moves here, it's checkmate, right? So he can't go there. He must move up so he can get out. He can get out of the checkmate. But I've got a surprise for him. I've got a surprise. The magician has a surprise. So I played queen checks, star move, best move, right? And he moved his king up. And now here, I don't want him to escape, so I gave him a knight check, star move, best move, right? And here, it's in this position. He only has one square, right? He can't move here because of the queen. Can't move here because the knight's covering that square. Can't go here, and he certainly can't take that. So he moved up here, right? And now in this position, it's checkmate in 2 moves. Can you see the checkmate in 2 moves? I'm going to give you another few seconds to find the checkmate in 2 moves so that you too can achieve 95.9% accuracy. It's not often that I get accuracy that high in my games. Hikaru's and stuff, they get it, but not me. Anyway, this is what I played. I gave him a big check there, and it's a star move. It's the very best move in the position. Okay, it's the very best move. Now, I'll tell you why it's the best move. You can check here, okay? You can check there, but then he's got the escape square F4, right? It's still checkmate. Oh, it's still checkmate. It's always a checkmate, isn't it? I can still checkmate with the pawn. So that's a 2-move checkmate, right? So queen checks, king here forced, and now, oh no, it's not a checkmate. Pawn check, he can still go here. Oh, you're going to help him get away. No, so I never played that. I played the best move, star move, checkmate, right? He takes the knight. Oh no, my knight, I said. Oh no, my knight. I did the Eric Rosen, you know, the international master, Eric Rosen. He always says, oh no, my queen, oh no, my knight. And he pulls all these faces like he's really, you really think, I'm sure a lot of his followers, they probably think, oh no, poor Eric's lost a piece. Their little hearts are pounding for Eric, and Eric's smiling underneath the frown that he puts on. He's a very, very good actor. Anyway, so after this, he takes the knight, and now I delivered checkmate with a pawn. That's right, checkmate with a pawn. And I think it was also checkmate with this pawn as well. Right, so that checkmate with that pawn. F3 check is best. There you go, star move. That's a checkmate. And also, that's a checkmate, right? And that's what happened in the game. I played H3 check, right? Not to get my king safe, but to checkmate him. So I thought that was a really well delivered attack. So I wanted to share that with you, because that's what players need to know. They need to learn how to attack in chess, right? It's one thing to learn how to maneuver your pieces and play through your openings and your chess coach or whoever it might be that you're studying, or the chess books that you're studying. Show you how to develop your pieces, get your knights out before your bishops, all the basic things. But it's very important to know how to build an attack and how to spot weak squares in the opponent's structure and how to take advantage of it, especially when you can culminate that advantage into a real raw show of force where you deliver a powerful checkmate, okay, or win major material. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say thank you for coming in, and I'll catch you in my next video. So that was against MOC2020, it's 2140. And please thumbs up if you like the video on YouTube. You can click the thumbs up button if you like it. And if you would like to subscribe to my YouTube channel, there's plenty of videos there. And one of my followers said his favourite video is the Grandmaster Secret. Okay, the Grandmaster Secret. Okay, and that video has actually got a picture of some pyramids on there and stuff. It's the greatest secret that's never been told until I told it, right? Okay, rightio. With that, I must go because I did make a big stream today. And when I was raided by Hikaru, yeah. So I am about to sign off and say arrivederci.